Hi guys, and welcome back to the Sinead community. My name's Leah.
My name's Tia.
Here on this channel we talk everything mindset and manifestation.
And if you're new here, we help you to rise and reach your truest potential by simplifying manifestation and making it a lifestyle. And in this video we're going to talk about why you might be feeling exhausted when you're manifesting your desires and what that actually means. Just quickly, before we jump into this video, me and Leah are launching a Shift Yourself concept workbook, which is going to help you reprogram your subconscious mind and embody your new self-concept. If you did want to sign up to the waitlist to get that, the link is in the description box below. Secondly, just to remind you guys, we do offer one-to-one coaching, so if you did want to book that and find out more, links are also in the description box below. So let's jump straight in.
I'll be your light.
So when you are feeling exhausted, and we get this question a lot, or we get clients coming to us like, I'm feeling exhausted, I'm affirming all day, I'm trying to flip every thought, but nothing seems to be changing. And the reason for this is because we're at a resistance with ourselves. We're not doing anything wrong, it just means that we're subconsciously kind of fighting ourselves. We're feeling like we're lying to ourselves. We're feeling like the thoughts that we're having aren't necessarily our truth. And that can be absolutely fine, but it's recognizing that when you're feeling exhausted, that is not the time to keep persisting with yourself. That is not the time to keep flipping every single thought, because what you resist persists. In that moment when you're feeling like, oh, I'm literally tiring myself out, that is the time for you to stabilize yourself. That is the time for you to go general in what it is you're manifesting and kind of talk yourself down and know that like everything that I want is already mine. Like, I am powerful. What I want is simply mine because I desire it. Usually we're getting exhausted because we're trying to manifest this specific thing. We're trying to make our dominant inner thoughts and our inner dialogue about this specific thing, and it's like it's not happening because you're checking the 3D. If you just were just to take a step back and be like, okay, I'm feeling exhausted, I feel like I'm fighting myself on this. What can I do in this moment to make myself feel better? And what does that look like for you? And I guarantee once you've then stabilised yourself, get back on the horse and persist.
Yeah, because oftentimes when we're feeling exhausted, we are fighting ourselves. We're shifting in and out of the old version of us and the new version of us. So we're kind of fighting against ourselves. And we're doing this because we are looking at 3D, or we might be doing affirming or any tools and techniques that we're doing from a place of trying to get. When we're doing the subconscious work of shifting our self-concept, we're not doing it to change outside of ourselves. We're doing it to change the programming that we received from childhood or the experiences that we've had. We're changing into a new way of being and a new way of thinking. We're not doing affirming to hurry up and see changes in our 3D reality. We're doing it for ourselves, become the best version of ourselves. And oftentimes when we're feeling exhausted, it's because we're trying to drill hundreds of affirmations. We're trying to manipulate the how and the when. We're trying to see how this is going to come about. If I don't do this thing, then I'm not going to get what I want. If I just purely focus on me and I don't affirm for my SP, I'm not going to get what I want. Like, you're coming from a place of like, I still don't have this thing, so I have to keep trying and plugging and plugging and plugging. And then you get burnt out and you get exhausted because you're coming at a place in the space of you that says, I still don't have this thing, I must try and manipulate it into my 3. I must try to do all these tools and techniques. Sorry, you're going to hear some noise in the background. I'm just going to say, he's trying to do all these tools and techniques, and really the work is just to focus back on yourself and go about your day and try to do things that make yourself feel good. Go general. Just affirm general things to yourself, like, I know this is working out for me, I don't have to worry about the how, I am getting everything that I want. It's okay for me to just take a break on this right now and actually turn my attention to other things and my hobbies and things that I'm enjoying. And you know, you want to kind of still be on your, you know, your manifestation game in a sense of working on your self-concept, but you're coming from a place of like, I'm doing it just so I can feel good about myself, step into the best version of me. And who is the version of me that lives her life or his life and is enjoying their reality without needing to force something into my reality? Because if I truly believe what I want is already done, I'm not going to feel exhausted about it.
And that's a perfect point to lead on to, because who is the version of you that has the desire? How would they show up? How would they be thinking? What would they believe about themselves, and what would they believe about themselves in relation to the thing they're manifesting? Would they be flipping their thoughts all day? Would they be obsessing over what it is they're trying to manifest? Would they be checking the 3D constantly and feeling like the thing that they want isn't coming? They wouldn't be associating with any of them behaviours. They might have moments, but they know how to stabilise themselves and put themselves back into their dominant state of knowing that the desire is done. And that's how you've got to think of it. This version of me that has this thing, would they be associating with this behaviour? Would they be associating with this thought? Would they be showing up right now as if they don't have it? The version of you that has whatever it is you're manifesting is simply living their fucking life because they know what it is done. And when you're coming from that space, you're not trying to manipulate the 3D. You're not trying to affirm for everything. You simply, like I always say, can sit back in your conscious seat as a creator and know that it's the internal work that makes the external reflect out. It's the internal changes that we make that makes the external change and maneuver. I don't need to go out and maneuver and force everything in the 3D, because I know as my power, and I remind myself of that power when I don't believe it in them moments, that it's going to work in my favour, because I simply am the change that I want to experience.
Yeah, because when we're in that resistance as well, like when we're fighting against ourselves, sometimes we're still attached to our old story and old self. But we have to get to the point where it's like, okay, this is keeping me in a place where I don't want to be.
Yeah.
Like, this is not serving me. It's starting to really trust yourself and believe in yourself to create a different experience for yourself. I'm like, I'm not my old story. I'm not the old circumstance. I let go of the old story with whatever it is in relation I'm trying to manifest, and I allow myself to move forward. Then we start to take our power back in that way and be like, okay, I'm going to start to reinforce a new version of me that has what they want, and I'm going to just continue to live my life like Tia was saying, embodying that version of you that hasn't. We're saying over and over, create a routine for yourself and a structure for your day. Like, how is that version of you showing up? You're showing up as a completely different version to the version of you that's feeling exhausted.
Yeah.
You know?
So how you actually do that, you touched on it perfectly. How do you stop yourself being exhausted? Have a routine, have a stabilisation method, have something that you can go to and grab in that moment that's going to literally either remind you of your power or in that moment make you feel better so you can drop the resistance. And that is how, when you're feeling exhausted, you're not wanting to go further and force the 3D. You're wanting to remind yourself of your power, remind yourself that you are the creator of your reality, remind yourself that everything always works out in your favour simply because you are that special and that important and you are the god of your reality. That is what you do when you're feeling exhausted.
Yes, exactly. So everything that Tia just said and we mentioned in the video. So really hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to especially like, because it really helps our channel grow and reach as many people as possible. Share and comment, leave any feedbacks below. We'd love to hear what you're going through right now. As Tia said at the beginning of the video, links to work with ourselves and to sign up for our self-concept workbook is in the description box down below. And we will see you in the next video.